Welcome to the Grind to Greatness podcast, where we dive deep into the world of relentless determination, hard work, and unwavering dedication to help you unlock your full potential. We're your hosts, Jonathan and Joseph, and your mentors along this journey to greatness. Each week, we'll bring you inspiring stories, expert insights, and practical tips where we've turned our dreams into reality through sheer grit and resilience. Whether you're looking to excel in your career, improve your health and well-being, or simply level up in life, this podcast is your go-to source for strategies, motivation, and the mindset needed to achieve personal excellence. What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of The Grind to Greatness. This episode is brought to you by Facts Over Fads Nutrition. Are you tired of being bombarded by nutrition fads that constantly let you down or leave you worse off than you started? Our nutrition philosophy provides you with reliable coaching to make informed, healthy decisions in the direction of your goals. Our approach ensures a well-rounded understanding of nutrition, focusing on sustainable practice for long-term well-being. Our seasoned nutrition experts will guide you every step of the way. Whether you're a beginner or a health enthusiast, we're here to customize a program for your unique needs. Receive customized nutrition plans tailored to your lifestyle, preferences, and goals. There is no one size fits all here. Get signed up at factsoverfads.com today. Use promo code Joseph10 for 10% off.
Are we at an auction?
Bro, I just threw that in there.
Joseph 10. Yeah. Is that how I sound?
You put my sunglasses on, bro. Jonathan.
Oh, man.
How you doing, bro?
Man, I am gratefully unsatisfied, brother.
Nailed it on the first try.
That is.
Yeah.
How about you? Are you sick? Normally, when, somebody has a hoodie, sunglasses on, they're like,
no,
they have a cold.
I'm a little tired. I'm a little sore.
Yeah.
I'm just chilling today. I don't know what I'm going to do today. I have nothing to do.
You have nothing to do? I have trainings. I got meetings. I got more training from this.
I might just sit like this
curriculum
all day, bro.
You might just do what?
Just sit like this all day.
So, And on Grindr?
What are we talking about today? Hey, bro, I want to talk to you something, man.
You tell me.
Yeah, we've been in the coaching space for a while, right? And coming at it from a purely transactional relationship of like client to coach, advisor to advisee, whatever the case may be, man, I want to talk about accountability.
Okay.
And I want to talk about accountability in a specific time frame or in a specific moment. And that moment is when the client or the advisee or the student is looking to give up, right? They come to you and you can tell where the conversation's already going. You can already tell as a coach or as a mentor, they're trying to quit. And then you try to bring them insight, value, hold them accountable, the reason why they signed up with you for whatever you're providing them, and they immediately get defensive. Immediately, you're the bad guy. Immediately, you're an asshole.
Yeah.
Immediately, you don't understand, right?
Yeah.
And man, I get it. We are March, almost April 2024. So for reference, times are hard, right? Money's tight. So people who are paying for this transactional relationship, it's very easy for them to want to save money.
Yeah.
But man, I guess let me start the question off is if you were finding value in something and you were doing your part and you were growing and you were developing in all the right ways, would you cancel that thing? And I'm going to bring up your Gold's Gym membership because we talked about this a while ago. You said there's one thing I will never cancel.
Yeah.
It's going to be my Gold's Gym membership.
That was a conversation I had with my wife.
Right.
Because time was getting super lean, right? I had to transition careers, start from ground zero.
Yeah.
And we were looking at all the bills. And she's like, we have a home gym.
Yeah.
Right here in this garage. Mm-hmm. Thousands of dollars in this garage. Mm-hmm. You can just work out here. Mm-hmm. And she's like, get rid of the Gold's Gym. I was like, dude, I've been with Gold's Gym for
decades.
Since I started bodybuilding, since I was 21 years old. Uh-huh. And I was like, I don't think I could do that, baby. I think I'd rather get rid of you then. I'm just playing. Gold's Gym's always been loyal. It's always open. They're always there. They're always open. No, but for real, it was a tough conversation because I go for convenience. I go because sometimes I know you were weighing out the pros and the cons of while I'm having this conversation. Yes, I can work out here, but there's going to be seasons that I'm not going to want to work out in here.
Yeah.
And I'll work out way better when I'm around other people.
Yeah.
And when it's just like, I don't know, just male thing when I feel like other people are watching me when they're not watching me, obviously, but in my head, like they're watching me, I work out harder.
Yeah.
Versus when I'm in here, I could be sitting on this bench for 10 minutes and nobody gives a fuck.
Yeah. You know, when I was in San Antonio, I had an immaculate garage gym. Immaculate. There was probably $50,000 in there.
Yeah.
And everyone, I got it during COVID. Luckily, I got it early enough to where like equipment was still available. And everyone was like talking to me about, I want to get a garage gym. Where'd you get your stuff? And I was like, don't do it. You're not going to use it. You're not going to use it. Hey, if you're listening in, put in the comments if you have a treadmill or an elliptical or like a spike at home. How often do you really use it?
Yeah.
Or is it a clothes hanger? You just be laying stuff on it. You know? You don't use it, right? You can every now and then. Yeah. Especially if like someone like you who's like super disciplined and understands I have to work out, you'll use it every now and then. Yeah. Right.
And I did, just like everyone else. The first 2-3 months, I was all up in it. Yeah. And then after that, I went back to Gold's Gym. Yeah. I was like, Gold's Gym. But I really I intentionally built the indoor, my garage gym, not for me, but for my family. Not my clients, just for my family. I knew I wanted them to be working out. I knew I wanted my wife to have convenience. I knew my kids were going to be working out. And I knew one day I was going to be training athletes. And I knew just one day. Mm-hmm. And so for me, it wasn't even for myself. Mm-hmm. Right? Gold's Gym is my gym. Mm-hmm. And this gym is my family gym. And they all use it. So they know no other different. This gym is like their Gold's Gym. Yeah. Right? Yeah. So that's how I won the conversation with my wife.
Gotcha. Yeah. So you see value in Gold's Gym. Yeah. So you would never cancel.
No, I won't cancel, bro.
So my question is the people who are looking to quit and they're blaming things like finances or they're blaming things like convenience or whatever the case may be, I think it's because you're not seeing value in it or you're not doing your part, right? Like if you never went to Gold's Gym, maybe you'd be more willing to cancel it. But you do go to Gold's Gym. You do utilize it. Yeah. It is part of your routine, you know? And so when people come up to us and they're looking to cancel for whatever reason, the first thing we do is we challenge you. Mm-hmm. It's the first thing we do. What's going on? How come you want to cancel? How can I help you see more value? And then they give the feedback of whatever their reasoning is. Finances, I'm just not utilizing it. I'm not in the right space or time or whatever. So then we keep going back with rebuttals. That's our job as coaches. I'm going to challenge you to think through the decisions you're trying to make right now. Yeah. And at some point along that journey, you become the enemy. I become the enemy. You're a fucking asshole, blah, blah. I'm like, whoa. All I'm saying, because, I'll bring up a specific example. We had someone who wanted to cancel because they were buying a house. They said, hey, we need to save as much money as possible because we're trying to buy a house. And their membership was $52. And my feedback, which was kind of asshole-ish, but my feedback was, if you're worried about $52, you probably shouldn't buy the house.
$52
to buy a house. If you are worried about affording the house, getting approved for the house, and the difference is between you affording it and you not affording it is $52, you should not be buying the house. Yeah. You're buying something you can't afford.
Absolutely.
So that was my feedback, and immediately was like, you don't fucking know about, I was like, I've bought 3 houses. I bought 9 vehicles. I think I know a little bit about big purchases. Yeah. And I know $52 is not going to make a difference. So the truth was,
that's what you just said. The truth. They're not telling you the truth. It's not we're buying a house.
Yeah. The truth is she's not using it.
She's not using it.
Not finding value. Yeah. So she wants to cancel, and she's using the house as a scapegoat. She's using finances as a scapegoat because that's easier to tell you. It's easier to tell my coach, man, I'm trying to buy a house right now. I just can't do this right now. Versus I'm not doing my part.
I fucking suck at what I do, and I don't like this feeling, and I'm wasting money because I know me and I don't execute.
Right. And so I've been on an Eric Thomas kick this morning, And man, he was like, imagine, if someone gave you a 30-day money back guarantee, right? Like companies.
Yeah.
And they didn't do their part, and you're fucking day 31. Where's my money at? Bah, you said blah, 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 blah. He goes, when's the last time you kept a 30-day guarantee to yourself?
Yeah.
When's the last time you fucking kept you accountable? When's the last time you fucking just did what you promised you that you would do?
Yeah.
And that's where the whole like accountability thing is so frustrating, because you're literally paying a coach for accountability.
Yeah.
You're literally like, I have a financial advisor, CPA. Like, I could never imagine getting mad at them for asking for like my bank statements or whatever. Like, I can never imagine that.
Yeah.
Right. Or me being like, oh, I don't want to do this, so let's just cancel. And like, you literally hired us to help you save money, and now you're mad at us.
Well, I can see where people are coming from when they purchase accountability, which are coaches, and they want to cancel, is they want to stop feeling the pain of knowing that they're failing. That monthly transaction that they're paying you and they're not doing it, it's a pain point of their failure every single month. And eventually they're going to get sick and tired of that $70, $80, $100 transaction. And it pains them every single time they see it. And it's that reminder of I'm failure. So an easy way to stop feeling like a failure is to you cancel the service. So that way I don't see it, I'm not reminded by it, and therefore I'm okay, which I'm really not okay. It's just that numbing cream, right? To not feel the burn. And people will live their entire life not wanting to feel the burn of accountability, because accountability is a burn.
Yeah.
Right? For example,
you're literally telling someone, I know I can't do my part, so I need you to help me do my part.
Yeah.
And so it is a burn. It hurts.
Yeah. It definitely hurts, but it's a necessary burn.
Yeah.
It's the burn that's supposed to help you move into the direction. If you don't want to feel that burn, then do the shit. Get it done. Example, my personal life. I got super busy. I had to take over 30-something hours of curriculum to start training children with the development. And so I know Jonathan. Jonathan gets very narrow of, like, I have that addictive problem. Like a Netflix show, I don't do it. I'm all in. Nothing else matters, and I'll finish 12 seasons in one night.
You and me both.
Right?
Bro.
And so, because I want to get it over with. I don't want to think about it no more. And so nothing else matters. And so when I found out I had to take all this curriculum and all these hours and all these trainings, I was like, well, let me just get it out the way so I can get back into routine. Like, that's where my mind goes. Let's just get this out the way so I can go back into my system, my structure, my system. And it took about 2 weeks where I did that, and I wasn't posting on social media. I wasn't doing any of that. I wasn't worried about none of that, because my brain was wired of just get this work done. And then I jump on a coaching call with you and Joseph and the other entrepreneurs, and y'all reminded me, like, you should be able to handle all of it. Like, how long does it actually take to post? How long does it actually take, right? It doesn't take that
seconds.
long, right? And if you're a really high performance Jay, you would prep all your shit on the weekend and then schedule that shit out. And so when you told me, every single day I thought about it, about posting. Like, it was there. I thought about it every single day. I thought about it. So it never went away, the thought. I just kept shoving it and telling myself a lie that I didn't have time, that not to worry about it. Hey, get focused, get this in. But, it wasn't until it really burned is when I jumped on the call with all you guys and we talked about executing and, like, hey, you should be able to handle everything. Like, it only takes a couple of seconds, 5 minutes tops, dude, to make a quick post, so that way you can have that consistency. Because nobody likes inconsistency. Like, that shit's not cool. And so I had to live with that. And then when you told me that on that phone, on that call, I was like, fuck, Jay, you can do better. Like, you can absolutely do better. Even with all the shit that you got going on, all this curriculum, you should be able to handle everything. So then I, put my man hat on, and I'm like, Jay, put it all on your back and do it, because it's only going to prep you for the next season in your life where you have to handle more. Right. And so this is like prepping me to handle more. If I can do 30-something hours of curriculum and do social media and work the business and do my 2 other jobs, like, Jay, you should be unstoppable by now, and not let a little social media thing mess you up mentally.
Yeah, I think Alex Hermosi said something about that, right? Where he's like, you asked for this. You asked for more, you know what I mean? You asked for more workload, you asked for more responsibility, you asked for more clients, you asked for more money, you asked for more hours, you asked for more whatever. But don't quit now.
Yeah.
You know, like don't make it, oh, it's so hard. Like you're literally exactly where you're at and you got exactly what you asked for.
He says specifically, raise your hand if all you guys knew this was going to be extremely hard. And they all raised their hand.
Yeah.
And he's like, this is what hard feels like. Keep going.
Yeah.
This is what you expected.
Yeah.
Why are you complaining now that it's hard? You knew it was going to be hard. Keep going. Right? So that's where we're at. And as far as accountability, I want to take it into a different direction. And because I had this conversation with my athletes recently, you know, people don't want to feel the burn of accountability, right? I think some people are on the opposite end of the spectrum where they'll pay you but not do anything because they don't want to let it go.
Yeah.
Right? Because if they let it go, then that means that they're a true failure. That's why gym memberships make a lot of money.
True.
Right? It's because they know you're going to go for a little bit and then you're never going to come again, but you're going to hold on to it because psychologically, if you cut that gym membership, you are now saying that you're never going to get fit. Like, and nobody wants to feel that, right? There's that keychain with Gold's Gym tag on it. It's just a reminder, like, I'll show up one day. I'll go tomorrow. Like, there's that hope. There's hope when you see that keychain to sign in. It's a resemblance of hope, which is why people hold on to their memberships for years, even if they don't go. Is because they keep telling themselves one day. What does The Rock say? One day
Or day one.
That's what that resembles, right?
Just go do it now, right? Like, so it's so funny. I have a client and she's going through a lot right now with her kids and mental health and stuff like that. She's a stay-at-home mom, and I know we talk about stay-at-home moms, and you've talked about it before too, of how hard it is. Bro, she's got the hardest of hard with being a stay-at-home mom, right? And she's messaged me that I've been trying to get her to just go to the gym, go do something 20, 30 minutes, like doesn't matter, just go, right?
Yeah.
I can't, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I gotta do this. Well then she says, oh, it's my birthday on Friday, today's Friday. And I got a spa appointment. I'm like, whoa, wait a second. I'm like, whoa, wait a second.
You scheduled.
I'm like, you got time to go to the spa all of a sudden.
Yeah.
But you don't have time to go to the gym.
Yeah.
Right? You made time for the spa.
Yeah, you scheduled it.
You
booked it.
But you can't make time. No, I didn't schedule it. My friend scheduled it for me. Oh. So now you can keep commitments to your friends, but you can't keep commitments to yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. And she's like, you're a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but, like, do you see what I'm trying to get at?
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's the pain. That's the burn, right? It's like, you got time to watch Netflix. You have time to go to the gym.
Yeah.
You have time to scroll TikTok. You have time to meal prep.
Yeah.
You have time to fucking sit in a drive-through line. You have time to go to the grocery store. And it's just a shift in mentality, and it's tough because it hurts.
Yeah.
It's a burn. It's a man, I am fucking up. Man, I am choosing the easy way out, or I am making excuses.
Yeah.
And I just need to go execute now.
Do it.
Just do it.
Me and my wife were having a conversation yesterday in this gym. I told you I love talking to my wife. God, she's fucking awesome. Anyways.
You trying to convince me or trying to convince you, bro?
We had this exact same conversation, with my wife always being a mother. Like for the past, like anybody who knows my wife from the past decade, she's always been pregnant. She's always identified as being a mother. And being a mother was all that she identified with, and that's all that she did. And so with fitness and being in motherhood, you always have that mom guilt, right? And I think that's what most mothers struggle with, because you always put them first. And to make that switch, you got to put yourself first. Anyways, my wife has been, she had to go back to work recently, mess up her, mom's schedule. And so she's been going to work, and she slowly started to work out. She's 8 weeks in working out consistently in this garage gym, which is great. She's feeling good. She's found some rhythm. And granted, she used to be at home all day and not get a lot of stuff done. Now she's working 8 hours a day and she's working out. She used to do, brand deals where she'll make videos for other companies and she gets paid, and she used to run about $1,000 a month, which is not that bad for making some 30-second videos, right? Well, since she started working full time, she started working out, she stopped doing the brand deals, and it would always eat at her. I need to start. And about 2 months in, since she's been in this system, about 2 months of actually doing her home routine, she started adding in those videos again on the weekend. And she's like, I can't believe how much time we have, and how I was lying to myself that I didn't have time. Mm-hmm. She's like, I just made $500 in 2 days. And for a whole 2 months, I've been putting it off because I told myself I didn't have time. And I work 8 hours a day, and I'm working out, and I'm being a mom. She's like, there is so much time. I was like, I know, we're so blind. I was like, we're so blind to how much time we actually have. Mm-hmm. It's fucking insane. We can handle so much as human beings if you just value your time. Just break it down.
Yeah, break it. And it's so funny, I had the same conversation with a client too, where I said, like, how's your life doing? Because she was going on this rant about on her kids and baseball and football and this and that. I was like, all right, love the update. How are you doing? Oh, my life just revolves around my kids. I'm like, what do you do for yourself? I mean, I go for runs every now and then. I'm like, why don't you do more for yourself? Well, I don't have time. I'm like, have you ever written down, time blocked everything? And I said, here's what's probably happening is you are really busy. You're running everywhere as a mom. You're
Absolutely.
taking kids. You're busy. You're boom, 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 right? But there's time in your day where you probably have a break and you just lay down and relax, or you sit down and relax. When in reality, you could be getting ahead in that hour. And I said, the only reason I'm telling you is because I'm guilty of it too. I have a time block in my day. Let me kick back. I'm gonna kick my feet up on my desk. I'm gonna scroll through TikTok, relax, chill before my next call. And what happens is if we keep doing that, we stay in this constant state of mind, like, I'm busy, I don't have time, I can't catch up, I can't get ahead. When in reality, if we would have taken that 30 minutes or an hour break to get ahead, to do the things we need to do, you would have a way different perspective on life, right? Yeah. And you'd be in a way different position. And so I was telling her, I said, instead of constantly looking for a break in your day where you're not running around with kids, where you're not trying to get people to and from practice and school and whatever, look for opportunities for you to get ahead or prioritize yourself. Yeah. So instead of looking at your day, searching for a break, search for an opportunity to get better. And she was like, dang, okay.
I like how you put it, because in our video of optimizing your day, those gaps of where people rest, I re-energize. Resting is not when you're moving, right? You're moving, and you look for a pause of like, I don't want to do nothing, or I want to just watch social media. I want to decompress, right? Decompressing is not you re-energizing. You're just taking a break. Yeah. I want to re-energize. I want to actually I want to go to the gas station and add fuel to my body. What are the things that add fuel to your body? What re-energizes you? Going on a walk re-energizes you. Working out re-energizes you. Doing yoga re-energizes you. Meditation re-energizes you. Eating the proper foods re-energizes you. So if you're always busy, you always feel exhausted, and you just feel like you need to pause, don't pause. Use that time to re-energize, right? What are those things that are going to actually give me more energy to do better in the next half of my day or the next quarter of my day? Right. And ever since I learned those strategies, is how I'm able to wake up at 3 and make it till 10. And be like, oh my gosh, are you not trash? No, it's because I'm doing all the other things to re-energize myself while you're just wasting gas, turbocharging, not getting anything really done. You have to be very intentional with your time. Re-energize, pause, break, gas, go again.
And we talk about, like you talk about food and fuel, right? And so I forget who said it. I was listening to, it was a group of people on a podcast, and you're not going to like this very much, but they're talking about alcohol. And they're like, imagine you go out to a party, event, celebration, whatever, Friday night, and you go drinking.
Yeah.
Right. You drink a little bit more than normal. Right. At our age, they're like middle-aged men.
Recovery
How long
rate.
does it take you to recover?
Yeah.
Right. It's like, man, the next day you feel like crap. And then even maybe a day after that, you're like still kind of, Friday fucked me up. You know what I mean? What you're doing, if you continue to make bad decisions, convenient decisions all week long, like I don't have time, so I'm just gonna run to Starbucks real quick. I don't have time, I'm gonna go to Chick-fil-A real quick. I don't have time, so I'm gonna go to McDonald's real quick. I don't have time, so I'm gonna Uber Eats real quick.
Yeah.
You're doing that in small dosages all day long, all week long, and you wonder why you're constantly tired. You wonder why you constantly don't feel refueled.
Yeah.
Because again, if we put it if you have a shitty day and it takes you 2 or 3 days to feel better, you didn't have a whole shitty day, but you had these little shitty moments.
Yeah.
Which is constantly like you're like 2 steps up, 1 step back, 2 steps up, 1 step back. And so that's it was mind opening to me to be like, oh man, like almost everybody struggles with that. Almost everybody is like, I do pretty good, but I just don't understand why I'm so tired. I eat healthy, but like every now and then I'll do this or that or the other, right?
Food has a direct correlation to how you feel on the day-to-day basis, on the day-to-day basis. And my wife, a couple of days ago, I had to take her to work, and I haven't taken my wife to work in forever, and she's not a morning person. And so I remember we used to drive to the same job for 8 years. We used to work at Honda, and so that morning thing was, I'm a morning person, dude. Like, let's go. And she is not, and I hated the ride. We'd always bicker, we'd always fight. It was not fun. It's just bad energy. Mm-hmm. And so I haven't taken her, to work in the morning time in a long time. I took her the other day, and it took me right back to those Honda days. Yeah. And I asked her, I'm like, why are you so tired? You slept 9 hours uninterrupted last night. You can't even say kids woke your ass up. And I'm like, it's just a question. Why are you so tired? And she's like, I don't know, I didn't get enough sleep. And I'm like, no. You got plenty of sleep. And I think people always just blame they need more sleep. You don't need more sleep. I was like, let's just break this down. Right? Because I want to help you. Right? I want to help you be more energized and, going about your day with more energy. Because if mom doesn't feel good, nothing else. Like mom's a priority for me, taking care of her. And I was like, well, you've been working out. Awesome. That's cool. Your energy has been a little bit better, but waking up tired is a problem. That's an indicator. And you're getting sleep. Let's try to solve this. And the number one question was, the quickest question, easiest question, how's your nutrition? I've noticed she hasn't been eating quite often, just snacking. She's just been snacking. She hasn't really just been eating. We meal prep. There's chicken always in the refrigerator, and she just won't. I guess she's like sick of chicken right at this point. And I guess men, it's a little bit different. We're carnivores. Mm-hmm. So I'm just gonna, all my boys, we're just gonna fucking eat the shit, regardless if it's chicken every single day for the rest of our life. We're just gonna eat it. My wife is just different. Yeah. She'll fuck the chicken. Yeah. And so she's just been snacking. I was like, well, all those little snacks, I was like, I don't think it's just really energizing you. Like, Cheez-Its, some fucking trail mix here, dig into the cereal. I think we all dig into the little cereal box, and I hate it. I was like, put the cereal box up there. Like, quit leaving it out on the countertop, because it's only going to cue us to get in there, and that's just fast carbs. And then once you're done with that, you're just going to, you're not going to feel good. You're going to feel like crap. And sometimes she'll skip dinner, and I'm like, babe, are you trying to get skinny? Like, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to not eat enough calories and you're working out? She's like, no, you're right. I need to do better. And I'm like, okay, cool. Let's do better.
And I was having a conversation with someone the other day. Not eating is not a problem, right? If you don't eat food and you have a weight loss goal, fat loss goal, that's the solution. Starve yourself.
Yeah.
You'll get skinny as shit. But what we don't understand is it crushes your hormones.
Yeah.
It destroys them, all of them, whether it's sexual hormones or whether it's hunger hormones or whether it's energizing hormones. It crushes them. So I always tell people who think I don't eat a lot, I just snack all day long. One, your snacks might be adding up to way more than you think.
I was gonna say that. That's what I told my wife.
Yeah.
I was like, all those little snacks are probably you're overeating still, but you're not eating quality foods anymore.
But it doesn't look like you're overeating. Yeah. It's just a little bit here, a little bit there, right? So that could be a problem. But problem number 2 is if you are truly under eating and you're truly maybe only doing 800 to 1,000 calories a day, those hormones are gonna make you either slow down in life. I'm always tired. Yeah. If you're always tired, you now move slower. If you're moving slower, you're now burning less calories. If you're burning less calories, your weight loss stops. Yeah. Right? You come back to like equilibrium. That's the body's whole goal, is bring you back to homeostasis. Or you have leptin and ghrelin, which are 2 hunger hormones. Leptin tells you that you're full. Ghrelin tells you that you're hungry. The problem is ghrelin is way more powerful.
It's gonna growl, and grumble.
It partners with cortisol. And cortisol is like, feed me, store, hibernate. Yeah. So you have 2 things working against you if you only eat 800 calories a day or starve yourself, right? Yeah. So it's gonna catch up. And most of the time it's on the weekends, right? And people justify it like, I didn't eat all week long, so I deserve this, I need this, whatever the case may be. And I'm like, you don't really, you know?
If people would just solve the weekends, they would make it really far in the progress.
Get out of the weekend mindset. But so it's tough, right? So all those tough conversations, whether it's with your spouse, a friend, coworker, client, whoever, that accountability of let me help like really decipher what the true problem is right now. Because it's not sleep, it's not finances. Yeah. It's just you're not doing your part in some capacity. And when someone comes to you and says you're just not doing your part in some capacity, it hurts. Yeah. It stings, it burns. But it's what you signed up for, literally, in a relationship.
Because you were motivated at the time.
Yeah.
And now you're not motivated.
Yeah.
And now you don't want to be told the truth.
Yeah. So what does Inky Johnson say? He says, can you stay committed to what you said you would do?
Can you stay committed to the process?
No, not that one. Can you stay committed to what you said you would do long after the mood has left that you said it in?
Commitment. So somebody else said it. I don't know. He says it too. Commitment means doing what you said you were going to do long after the feeling you said it in is gone.
Yeah, that's it. Yep. So everyone commits in the beginning because they're feeling it. And then as soon as you don't feel it, you give up. And then whoever's making you not want to give up, they're the enemy. They're annoying. You're bullying me.
Yeah.
No, you're being an asshole.
People would rather stay clueless. They don't want to be told the truth. They would rather stay clueless. And so I recently I'm going to read you what I sent my athletes because it's the end of the month and they're going to get a scoreboard. And the scoreboard is the ultimate accountability. Yeah. It tracks all your habits. So if you score low, then you're going to get low results. So don't expect anything. And people don't want to know that, right? Mm-hmm. And so this is what I sent my athletes because we had a rough month. Mm-hmm. Spring break. And trying to get back in routine from a spring break, like that's a hard transition to learn. And I need to let them know that they're in the learning phase, that it is going to be a hard transition because they're learning how to handle that transition after being structured. They've never been structured. So being structured, going on a holiday break for a week long, and then trying to get back on structure is a learning curve. And so I knew they were going to struggle. And they're going to have to face the fucking music right now. I said, things have to change if you want change to happen. Knowing the scoreboard has completely transformed the lives I've coached over the past decade. Nobody knows the amount of work they are actually doing. They are always so clueless when they are not seeing results. They think they're working hard. But the minute I created the Elite Grind System habit tracker, they were blown away of how little effort they were actually doing. They thought they were putting in 100%. And in reality, they're really at a 50% or lower of the amount of work they're doing. Life goes like this. You get what you put in. You put in 50, you will get 50. You want more, you have to put in more. Let me give you the reality of how this works. If you execute all your habits 20 days out of 30, this means there's 10 days you miss, which you score a 67. So if you only do 20 days of executing your day-to-day basis of your daily disciplines, you miss 10 days. Out of that month, you get a score. You're going to score 67. Mm-hmm. So even if you crush 20 days, you still failed. You still failed. Mm-hmm. Where am I at? So I've created levels to this program to help you slowly work towards up to a 70% or more. Between 70 and 80%, you're gonna make moves. Making moves, people aren't even close to this because they're averaging around 30 to 50%. If you're scoring around 80%, you can call yourself a high performer. You live this shit, no matter what you do in life, you will be a winner. And 90% or higher, you only get here in pockets. Man, when you're in a deep season of grind, but it's only a season, it is not that sustainable. Everything around you will start crashing down because all you're focused on is that one thing to be the greatest. If you read the book Relentless, these people who try to live this life sacrifice everything: family, love, mental health. Basically, they're crazy motherfuckers. Things usually crash and burn all around you except your accomplishments. So what I'm trying to say is people don't want to know what they're scoring in life.
Yeah.
So they rather cancel your membership.
Mm-hmm. They rather just not know.
They rather not know. And so for me to train my athletes every single month, you need to know this because you're going to be so far ahead of the game. If you can handle the burn every single month of not executing and then look towards how we can coach you and make progress, you're going to be light years ahead of everyone, just more mentally resilient and more emotionally strong than everyone else around you. And I think if everybody was to actually track every single thing that they do, you would be fucking greatly disappointed. And nobody wants to do that. They want to feel like they're working hard and blame the meal plan that's not working, blame my coach sucks, blame everything else around you but your fucking effort.
Mm-hmm. But there's pointing blame, right? And then there's also the whole like, this just isn't a good time right now. So there's also like, it's not my fault, it's y'all's fault. And then there's also the whole like, I'm going to accept accountability, but I'm going to go about accepting accountability in a way that doesn't make me feel bad about myself.
On the opposite end of the spectrum.
Right. Yeah. It's like, it's just a bad time. Like times are so busy. And when do you think time is not going to be busy?
Yeah.
Please tell, I asked a client this one time and I, of course, became an asshole. And I said, please tell me, like, what needs to happen tomorrow for life to not be busy? Tell me, like, what needs to change? When your kids grow up and they fucking can drive themselves to school, cool, you got 10 years before that can happen. So you're going to be unhealthy for the next 10 years. When your husband works more and makes more money so you don't have to work, that's not going to happen. So what has to change? What epiphany, what fucking perfect scenario needs to happen for you to think that now is the right time? There is no right time. There's a right mindset. Yeah. And there's a right level of commitment, and there's a right level of discipline, and there's a right level of habit stacking and routine. And that is what is so crazy to me, because people are like, it's just not a good time for me.
Yeah.
Well, fucking tell me when's going to be the right time. And what does that look like?
You know what I normally hear? It's after this holiday weekend.
Oh my gosh.
It's January 1st.
I just got to get through the next 2
holidays.
Months. We got birthdays coming up. We got Easter weekend.
Birthdays are never going away. Holidays are never going away.
So you mean every year you're going to give up around the holidays? Every year you're going to give up on your birthday? Yeah. Every year you're going to, like, it's this lie that we tell ourselves to make ourselves feel better about giving up. Yeah. Right? Because no one wants to hurt. Yeah. No. And so it's so funny. Like, I was talking to someone the other day, and she asked me, she says, do you want my nice answer or do you want the truth answer? I said, I want the truth, right? And the truth wasn't even that bad. Yeah. And so I was like, but like, people don't want the truth, right? If you came to me as a client and you're like, hey, tell me the truth about my performance, like what you're doing with your athletes, right? Like, what's my scorecard? You would not want to know. I would break your heart, right? And not in a way that I want to break your heart because I want to be mean, but I want to break your heart for like awareness. Yeah. I don't want to break your heart to let you realize you're doing 30-40% when in reality you should be doing 70-80% at least.
Without going too far on a tangent, I was listening to me and my wife a parenting podcast, and the psychologist just wrote a book about mental toughness for teens and children, and he says the number one way to build mental resilience is to let them feel the consequence.
Yeah. And it was Patrick Bet-David who said, the one thing you need to do with your kids is keep your promises. Yeah. If you say, if you fuck up again, I'm going to take away your phone, your iPad, your video game, whatever
you take it away.
Yeah. He's like, there is no leniency. There is no one more chance. There is no, you said it, so do it.
Yeah.
And you can take that to yourself.
Yeah.
You said you were going to wake up at 5 a.m. So do it.
Yeah.
There is no tomorrow. There is no when the time is right.
Why did he say consequence though? When you get consequence, what does that feel? What do you feel?
It hurts.
The pain.
Yeah.
They have to feel it.
Yeah. You have to.
When your kid calls you, say, I forgot my homework, can you bring it to school? No.
Yeah.
You let them feel the pain.
It's so funny. I was leaving the gym the other day, yesterday, and me and this trainer, we've talked a couple times, big guy, I don't know his name, but we were holding the door for people like coming in and coming out. And he didn't see a lady coming, so he like let go of the door.
Oh no, yeah.
And then he was like, oh no, and he like tried to catch the door, and like bring it back open. And I was like, bro, how you gonna close the door on that lady's face?
Yeah.
He was like, man, I feel like my mom's watching, and if I don't open and hold the doors for anyone, she's gonna beat my ass. It's a consequence. I was like, bro, I feel that.
Yeah.
And it's the same way that I was raised. I had this fear that I would have consequences for every action that I did. Sometimes those consequences, I guess, could be good.
Yeah.
But everything that I did, my dad kept his promise.
Yeah.
If he was like, you're not home at dark time or I'm going to beat your ass. If I came home after dark, my ass was beat.
Yeah.
You're going to go to bed hungry? I would go to bed hungry.
Yeah.
Like, keeping promises has now, in my later life, allowed me to be more accountable.
Yeah.
And has allowed me to be like, you know what, I have to do this or else. And people take it as a negative. People take discipline as a negative, but Will Smith, even though I love to pick on Will Smith because his relationship is wild, but he said self-discipline equals self-love.
Yeah.
And so everyone's like, I love myself. Loving yourself is not freedom.
Yeah.
Loving yourself is not do whatever you want. Love is strict.
Mm-hmm.
Love, and then Andrew Tate. I'm harder on the ones that I love the most. If I have two women, one that I don't love and one that I do love, the one that I do love, I'm harder on her.
Yeah.
I talk to her differently. I hold her accountable differently. I expect more from her.
I challenge her
because I love her. Love is hard.
Yeah.
And so all these people are like, I love myself. I love myself too much to be mean. I love myself too much to put my body through that. I love myself too much to whatever. I'm like, then you don't love yourself, actually. Yeah. You're just being lazy.
It's disrespectful.
You're disrespecting yourself every day.
Yeah.
Every time you give up, every time you quit, every time you treat someone trying to hold you accountable and hold you to a higher standard as a threat, you're disrespecting yourself.
Yeah.
Like, you walk through life every day you put alcohol in your mouth, every day you put Chick-fil-A, like, it's a disrespectful act because you know you're going to feel worse off than you do currently or you did in the past, and you constantly put yourself in that same situation over and over and over again. But it sounds good for you to use an excuse like, it's just not a good time right now.
You gotta have a spouse. Man, having a spouse,
I mean, get me one.
is so important because we have accountability with each other all the time. Mm-hmm. Monday and Tuesday, this is my second week of actually working and, being alert and being in corporate and working with other people and working with children. And so not only am I waking up at 3 and then I'm doing the business in the middle of the day and working out and taking these courses from 2 to 6, I'm actually on duty, working with the children. And it hits a little different. That one hits a little bit. And now I'm like, mental energy is being drained, giving energy to children is being drained, trying to figure out systems and operations that I'm going to create for this program. It's draining, and I'm tired. And my energy Monday was down. And all I did was lay on the bed when I got home. And I didn't do anything but scroll. I haven't done that.
Ooh.
I haven't done that in fuck, bro. I can't remember the last time I just spent hours doing that. Felt fucking disgusting. But because my wife saw me do that, she was right next to me doing it. I felt like disgusting when I woke up. But day 2, same thing. Exact same thing. I came home, like habits, bro. Like the habits are strong. I came home Tuesday and I told myself, don't fucking, like, you don't like the way this feels. Don't fucking do it. Boom. As soon as I opened it, bro, and then my son came in. We just started watching Nature's Metal.
I showed you that page.
We just started watching it, and then before you know it, it's 9 something, and dinner didn't get done. Kids didn't were in routine. My wife felt the same fucking way, and I was like, babe. So that night, I was like, hey, we can't do this again. You haven't worked out. Dinner hasn't, like, this feels nasty. She's like, I know I was gonna say something. I was like, well, fucking say it. I was like, this is not good. Tomorrow we have to figure something out. Yes, we're gonna be tired. Let's re-energize. Like immediately when we come inside, we're in the garage. Yeah. All right, you work out, I foam roll. Re-energize. Like something, I'm tired. We don't have energy. Let's fix this. Yeah. You work out, re-energize. I've already worked out. I'm going to foam roll. I'll finish before you. I get started. Dinner. Boom. Boom, routine. And so Wednesday hit, oh man, back into routine. My heart felt better. Kids got some time. Dinner was made. Wife got to take a shower alone without anything crazy. Kids went to bed on time. I had an hour and a half with the wife alone. So I fucked back into the system. Yeah. Jesus. But being in those 2 days was so people live like that. Yeah. They come home.
It's easy, right? It's easy to go home, start scrolling,
and then decompress. Like decompress, and I was like, I don't like decompress. Like I don't. What that was, it was fucking disgusting, and I felt depressed. Yeah. And I didn't want to happen again. And I told my wife, people live like this every single day. I was like, let's not do that. Mm-hmm. That's not good. We didn't have sex for those 2 days because of this. That's a fucking problem. That's a problem. She's like, I know. I was like, yeah, it's a problem. Let's not do this.
Problem.
Anyways,
let's wrap it up, man. All right, guys.
Wrap it up. But.
Yeah, because you're married. Moral of the story: accountability. Be open-minded to being accountable. The people holding you accountable are not your enemy. Stop using soft excuses to get through hard, tough, burning accountability. I can probably guarantee that if it was important to you and you found value in it, it's not a financial reason to give up. It's not the time is not right now to give up. So find value in the things you're doing. And like Mr. Inky Johnson says, can you stay committed to what you said you would do long after the mood is left that you set it in?
I would just end it with, you can handle more.
Your wife is doing it.
You can handle more. We all can handle more. And so let that be a light of hope, and share this podcast, and
like, share, subscribe, piss somebody off.
Like always, don't work to keep up, work to separate.